wonderful Good Friday. My name is William Michael Forbes. I want to welcome you to Shortcuts for Your Soul's Friday edition. And today I have with me the energy of Pythagoras, who wants to talk about where new ideas are born. And I really like this conception he brought in, that we give birth to ideas. And we'll get into that a little bit more. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. If you like what you hear today, please remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and click that notification bell so you know when we come live on our days of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and Saturday. It's interesting. A lot of people are stuck in the confines of their own minds, and they think that the thoughts that they have are all that they have to think about. And the moment you begin to pursue thought, to pursue information, to pursue understanding outside of what you know in your own thought forms, you begin to access the realm of the unseen, where all possibilities emerge into human consciousness. If you understand that most of your thoughts have been acquired from your world, you will have overcome the first great hurdle to being able to discover and receive new ideas for your life. The challenge that so many people face is they believe that the thoughts that they have in their mind are all that they have to work with. That is an illusion that you have to surrender. When you begin to understand the nature of what you are, not simply as a body, not simply as a collage of thoughts, but as an entity of awareness that is able to alter, change, restructure information that you acquire, but also to access information beyond what you know. What he means by that is what you know in your mind, the thoughts that you already have acquired from the world, that you've learned from school and books and television, radio, newspapers, parents, teachers, friends. That's what you know. He says the birthplace of all new ideas is beyond what you know. And every great human innovation from all civilizations originates from the place of the knowable unknown. That you can actually go to that place. You have to be brave, because you have to be willing to surrender your sense of acquired identity. But in that place where you are able to create an unknown space in your perception, in there the birth of new ideas can come. Many of you try to find the solutions to your problems in what you already know, and you will never acquire anything new from what you already know. It is from what you do not know that anything new can be introduced into this world. And you are the bearer of that the moment you surrender your importance that you place on the thoughts that you already have, the body you think is you. If you continue to view that as the only source of information, then you will not discover the birthplace of new ideas. But every single living soul has that place within them where new ideas can be born and raised and manifested, whether that be in mathematics, whether that be in astronomy, whether that be in construction or building, The birth of new ideas comes from the unknown. And are you willing to surrender what you know, to consider that your awareness and your existence do not depend on the thoughts that you think are yours? How can you possibly believe that the thoughts in your mind that you can observe are you? And if there is no room in your mind for what is unknown, how can you experience anything new in your life? How is that possible to experience anything new from what you are already so familiar with? It is why so many of you are trying to leave the planet prematurely, because you are so frustrated and annoyed with what you already know, not understanding that you can simply surrender that and pursue what you do not know. Open up to that place of not knowing, where you can receive inspiration, ideas that will allow you to introduce a new experience into your world. Your familiar thoughts and emotions are simply your familiar thoughts and emotions. And let me say to you, they can become quite annoying and very boring, monotonous, and even mundane if you have no understanding of how to acquire what you do not know. That what you do not know exists even in this world. There are others that know what you do not know, and you can acquire from them what you do not know and alter and change your world. It is very difficult to find the peace and the satisfaction in the life that you seek if you do not know how to relinquish your attachment to what you already know. The introduction of advanced mathematics originated from the realm of the unknown. It did not originate from what was known. What was known was what was known and was perpetuated for many hundreds and thousands of years. The same thing over and over again, like the hunter-gatherer clans that simply lived a very simple and well-balanced life, but there was nothing much very new or different, just the harmony of being, which is a wonderful thing. But if you wish to seek a dynamic and wondrous new experience for your life, then it is essential that you begin to surrender what you are so comfortable with knowing, comfortable with believing and accepting, and open yourself up to what is not known to you. For what is known to you inhibits you from expanding and changing. This place that only you can reach, your existing thoughts, your existing emotions, and your biology cannot alter and change and access this place of new ideas. Only you, dear and beautiful awakened soul, hearing these words, knowing that you are the awareness independent of your thoughts, independent of your biology, independent of the stimulus of your senses, that you, beautiful awareness, may open to the possibility of what can be new in your experience. Can you conceive of an idea of yourself better than you currently experience? Because if you can, you are moving away from the known to the unknown, away from the familiar to the new, the dynamic and the changing. And is that not what you want? To be dynamic, to experience creation and joy and manifestation without restriction. That is your right as awareness. That is not so easy to do when you are bound into the attachment of what you already know. You will never experience an innovation in your life without experiencing something other than what you know. And your willingness to open up to that possibility, that these emotions and thoughts that may be perpetuating your discomfort are not who you are, and that they keep you entrenched in them, and that you can step out of them at any time. Those thoughts, those emotions, that biology, the memories, all of this is not who thou art. Who thou art is to be experienced in a place independent of all of that, not separate from all of that, simply independent of it. Much the same way as you can walk from one room to another, so too can you turn your attention away from one thought, one memory, one idea, and embrace or engage another. Like walking into another room, you walk away from those in awareness and open yourself up to what are the new ideas and possibilities I can consider for my life, that I can consider that my life can be filled with great joy and innovation, creation, transformation, and change other than what I'm experiencing. Your body and your thoughts, these cannot execute changes for you, for they are meant to be in service of you. But those of you that remain in servitude to your thoughts, to your memories, to your emotions, you struggle to get rid of the discomforts of these things, not knowing that these are not something you have to struggle with. Simply take your attention away from them. Place your attention on silence. The first step here, to place your attention on silence and to keep it there. Your mind will chatter and your body will complain, but keep your attention on silence. And in that moment, when you move your attention to that place of silence, you enter the birth chamber, where you may receive new ideas beyond what you know. In the silence. And some of you say, but my mind is so noisy, these emotions are so strong, but they are not you. They are not you. They are facets of consciousness that have been imparted to you by your biology, by the information that you have been given throughout the experience of that biological lifetime that you're currently experiencing, which is but one of many that have been before and one of many yet to come. But in that place of silence, you enter the birthplace, the chamber where new ideas can come into your world. In that silent place, you can ask questions. You can ask questions in that place of silence. And for some of you, it may take some effort to teach yourself to not get seduced into your thoughts and your emotions and your sensations. It may take some time for you to develop your own capacity to turn away from thoughts, to turn away from memories, to turn away from emotions, to be in the stillness of your being still. And when you are able to remain situated thusly, undistracted by your worldly self, in that moment you become free to receive new ideas, new information, new understanding about your creative process and what you may do with your being, utilizing time, space, matter, thought, emotion, energy in the act of creation, in the incarnate process of being in a physical dimension as a non-physical entity working through this medium of matter, time, and space. In that place of silence, it is very good. It is a very limitless and open place. And a single question in that space calls forth an organization of what I call undifferentiated energy. Molecules, particles of substance that take form in response to your question. What would make this life more exciting for me, you may ask? What would make this life more exciting for me? And of course, the tendency is always first that the mind, your memories, your body will try to answer for you from what it already knows. Dismiss what you know. Dismiss what you know and open to receiving what you do not. For what you do not know will always be that which you have never considered or done before. The birthplace of new ideas will always direct you into experiencing, acting, and having thoughts that are different than what you are currently familiar with. And if you dare to go so far as to remain there, if you dare to go far enough to take that new idea or thought form that comes to you from the silence, not from your mind, not from your memory, if you dare to receive a new idea and carry it like a precious gem into this world and begin to express it and enact it and to live it, you will begin to assume the direct authority that is naturally yours over that mind, over that body, over those thoughts, over those emotions and memories. And it's only in that place where you are able to enter the birthplace of new ideas, that chamber of limitless silence that has all things available that you do not know. In that moment, you will be reborn. You will begin to recreate your life, not in the image and likeness that was given to you by this world, but in the image and likeness of your own creation, your own calling forth from that ever expansive being that says, ask and ye shall receive. And all things that can improve and alter and change the quality of your life, of your city, of your family, of your society, of your world, come from this place. And in that there is true freedom in the creative process when you are able to receive ideas and information beyond the framework, what is already familiar to you. Even in the process of solving problems based on what you already know, there is an element of you that is drawing from this infinite silence to innovate, alter, to solve a problem. The problem is solved when the idea comes from the unknown. A problem is not solved from information that you already know. It is solved from information and understanding that you do not know, that you are able to embrace and receive, and then bring into the known, therefore altering what is familiar into something slightly different. All of my innovations and creations, not limited to mathematics, came from this place. It is and will always remain one of the most sacred pursuits of all teachers and innovators and creators alike. That place, that birthplace of ideas from the silent chamber of infinite consciousness that is available to all of you without exception. The mere effort of surrendering your enslavement to your thoughts, the mere effort of surrendering your enslavement to emotions, to move towards pursuing silence, to allow yourself to align and realize that I do not need these thoughts, these memories, these emotions to exist. I exist and exist independent of them in a very different fashion, but I am the influencer upon them. I can alter and change thought and emotion, by bringing in new ideation and information from the birth chamber into this world, that place of endless silence that contains all things within itself, including your mind and your body and this world and this galaxy. All is contained in this infinite silence. And when you find yourself dipping into the resource of your personality, the one that you've been conditioned to live as being that you think you are now, when you choose to realize that you can dip into and come out of that and still you live, then you'll understand the concept of what it is to consider the possibility of eternal life as not something that is in relation to your alignment to matter, time, and space exclusively, but it is directly related to the nature of your awareness being able to function independent of time, space, and matter. Therefore, bringing in new information beyond time, space, and matter in order to effect transformation and change in it. So you begin to realize, I can create a new experience in this realm. This is what you can do. This place of silence is the birthplace of all innovation, all ideas, and all understanding. And so you will find yourself experiencing a liberation that your mind and your body and your emotions cannot afford to, but which you can bring to them. For you can bring that silence into your mind. You can bring that silence into your emotions. You can bring it in, for that is your natural state, to be undisturbed. Awareness, able to move freely through dimensions of matter, time, and space. Silence, the experience, the vibration of silence is another dimension of consciousness other than the one that you are familiar with as thought, emotion, memory, and biology. This place of silence has great influence over this realm you find yourself in, and you have influence over all of these realms, in this place of knowing. You are able to move your awareness from thought to emotion, from biology to silence to space. In that moment, you are truly free, and you will never suffer again, for even your mind can be told to be still. Even your emotions can be told, be still. You have the authority to do this when you understand the nature of what you are. And it is from that perspective of what you are that you are able to then move into the silence, to be at peace, to draw on new ideas and new information so as to execute a different creative experience in your dance through matter, time, and space. This is all I have to say on this today, that the birthplace of all ideas is in the silence that you may at will move into, and in which you may ask and receive in that place. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Yeah. So this is really exciting for me. I hope you guys got that as profoundly as I'm feeling it right now. To be able to move our awareness out of our thoughts, to be able to move your awareness, to pull your attention away from emotions, is exercising your freedom as a soul. And I hope that he was able to communicate that to you really clearly and succinctly. And I hope you follow his suggestion. Take your attention away from your thoughts. Take your attention away from your emotions. Take your attention away from your body for a little while. Move to this place of silence. It's quite delicious. It's quite delicious. Announcements. Good. Hi, Grace. Welcome home. Hi, Bogumila. Faradiba. Hello, Adam. Adam's asking, can I ask Pan on to explain what are the factors that causes the manifestation of an astral entity to take form of a certain species, for example, shadow beings or elementals, and why and how? Um, well, I think if you've understood what Pythagoras has said today, that this place of awareness that you are not that body, you're not those thoughts, you're not that emotion, you are an entity independent of time, space, and matter, but you've come into time, space, matter. Question you have to ask yourself is, how did you do that? How did you get into that body? And how can you make it still? How can you get the mind quiet and peaceful? How can you pull your attention away from your emotions? At that point where you were independent of thought, mind, and matter, what are the limits to what you can be? But each individual entity is free to articulate their own creative expression in this physical dimension. There are no restrictions or rules placed on any sentient consciousness wishing to experience physical dimensions or non-physical dimensions. There is no set rule in place. All may come and all may go. All do come and all will go. Please understand, this is an extreme experience of the exercise of what you call free will. So he's also saying it's not always the most pleasant thing for people. Question from Animo. Music has always played in the background of my inner space. I can quiet my thoughts, but the music is stubborn. How can I quiet the music, or should I let it play? Thank you. I'm being told to tell you the music is a direction for your expression. The music is a direction for your expression. She needs to know that the vibrations are movements. Yes, she keeps it up in her head. She needs to let it come to the body, to let it come into the body, to let the music express its form. Yes. So many of you are resistant to what you do not know, and therefore you cannot accept it in your world. Thank you. Well, this has been great, guys. I'm so grateful. Good morning, Melody. Hi, Amy. Hello, Faradiba. Mary Ann Scott is asking, which modality will be most effective in my youngest son's total healing? Well, the modality that you need to understand is a modality of vibration. And it is a vibration that you call love, not the kind of love that you see simply as the maintenance of a body or an expression of a language, but there's a vibrational energy to this word love. It is the vibration itself without the interpretive apparatus of language. That vibration directly imparted to this dear one, this vibrational energy of love imparted to this one without an expectation to it, simply the allowing of that love to flow freely, will loan itself a great deal. There's something about being picked up, lifted up, something about him being lifted up too. He needs to be lifted up. Again, I'm not sure if he's dealing with like an autistic sort of energy. He needs to be lifted up, assisted in differentiation. The process of self-reflection will be very valuable for this one. And the way in which it may work best for this one is through rhythm. There is a rhythm that this one can reattune their awareness to recognize their ability for cause and effect. Cool. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, go over there. Thank you. Okay, I got time for one more question. Yes. There is no more. That's great. That's very rare. Tomorrow morning, just for those of you that are with us on the meditations, the meditation tomorrow is going to be on the feeling you can have. The feeling you can have. And that's with the Ascended tomorrow. And they're a divine collective of Ascended Masters that come through as a collective. And I hope that you'll join us tomorrow at 10 a.m. on Supernatural Saturday for the meditation portion of our show. And we'll announce tomorrow what is coming next week. Here's a question from Nancy. Why do I have this loud ringing in both my ears? Well, there's a variety of reasons for that right now, but the ascension energies coming into this planet are intense right now. There's more on the way. Don't get caught up in the sensation of the ringing. Align yourself to the guidance that vibrational frequency is seeking to offer you. Yeah. For me, as I can, if I shift my awareness, I can feel that vibration actually in both ears. And for me, it's about movement. Go for a walk. You need to find what that energy is directing you to do. Find out what it's trying to direct you to do with your body, to do with your mind, to do with your emotions. That'd be very, very exciting. And I want to thank everybody for their questions today. Hi, Daniela. Hi, Jana. How did you discover the vibration of love? If you're asking Pythagoras, he's saying it is the essence of what you are, the movement of your consciousness in the interaction between the different dimensions and observing your interactions with them and how it influences these other realms. As you move through this world, you can experience the essence of your being influencing and dancing with all things. That dance consciously experience, that unification of all things, but still having your independent function, is a form of love. I discovered it when I realized I could receive any idea that I wanted, that I did not have to be limited to what I had been governed and instructed to believe exclusively, but that I could receive anything simply for the asking, the understanding that I can receive anything for the asking. For me personally, it was the moment I realized I wasn't separate from anything in consciousness. In this physical dimension, we are separate from a lot of things. We observe separation. But for me, it was that moment where I realized that I'm not separate from anything. To know that is pretty profound. Thank you, everybody, for your questions. I'll look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow during the meditation. We can do a Q&A tomorrow after the meditation practice. And I will look forward to seeing all of you then. Again, if you want to support this channel, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell, and have yourselves a wonderful and joyful day. If you want to know anything about the courses and classes we're doing and you want to support this channel, you go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, or you go to my Patreon page, patreon.com/WilliamMichaelForbes. All the links are below in the description box. I want to say thank you so much for joining me today. Much love to all of you beautiful people, and I will see you tomorrow during the meditation with the Ascended. Bye for now.